In this video, we're going to take a look at elementary statistics, the tour of my math lab, where you complete your homework assignments and quizzes. So when you're at our home page and you log into YC and the portal comes up, we have to get through my math lab now through Canvas. So enter your Canvas course either through the Canvas shortcut or through enter the front page of Canvas here. So this is different. We've used my math lab previously, but we haven't integrated with Canvas. So when you're in the class, there's a tab called My Lab and Mastering. To get ready to enter that particular item, I'm going to take you back through the module. You do need your access code first. So either purchase your access code through the bookstore, or you can purchase the access code the first time you try to log in. It will ask you for a credit card number. Or the third option is if you're not quite ready, you're not quite sure that you can afford it yet, or not quite sure you're going to take the class, you can get a temporary access code or temporary access for 14 days. And if you click on that, you get automatic access to the class for 2 weeks. And then after 2 weeks, it will stop and then ask you to put in an access code. So the way we enter My Labs now is not through a separate website, but right through Canvas. So when you click on My Lab and Mastering, I've got instructor tools, but I'm going to go ahead and take you through the student links. There are really two different ways you can access it. You can either access straight to the assignments, or you can access the front page. So if I click on Course Home, what you'll see is if you've used My Math Lab before, you'll see the same old My Math Lab front page. I'm going to click over to Student Home so you can see what yours looks like. So what you'll have is the class, and then it will have a calendar of what to work on and what's due. And just a hint, run the browser check first thing to make sure you have what you need to view the content in the course. There are no additional things that you have to purchase, but there may be some applications that you need to download to make sure it works. Okay, so that's the front page. If you've used it before, that's not any different. Then you can access this. Let me go down the side here. Chapter contents is where the textbook is. So the chapter contents, once you get to the textbook, you click on a chapter, click on a section. You have options of video presentation or an ebook. Study plan isn't something that I use. So if you click on video presentation, I just want to show you what comes up. There are videos of the examples in the text. Many times I take these videos and link them on the notes that are posted in Canvas, so you don't have to go through and try to go through my math lab to watch videos. Okay. The e-text is exactly the same as the paper copy of the book. So if you're comfortably with the electronic books, then this would be the option for you. If you want to purchase a soft copy textbook from the bundled with the access code, you can. All right, so one of my recommendations is, as you go through the text, is to actually read the textbook before you attempt the problems, because for the most part, you probably haven't seen a lot of the vocabulary and statistics. So it would really help for you to read the sections before you attempt any homework, okay, and to watch some of the videos. So I just wanted to show you where your textbook was. So go back to the main menu. Your textbook is in chapter contents. You also have tools for success. And these are just some items. Trying to think. Some of the StatCrunch might help. Data sets from your textbook. We probably don't need that. Data sets. Oh, there's an Excel manual if you use Excel. Graphing calculator manual. So there's just some items in here that might be useful. StatCrunch is the statistics software that we use. Okay, you don't have to purchase access. You get it automatically with the book. When you want to do homework or quizzes, if you click on homework, the homework will come up. You have to put all assignments so that you can see the quizzes and everything. Okay, so the homework, Let me see. I'll click on this one. The homework questions, homework assignments are due every Sunday. You have a couple of homework assignments each week. But even after it's past due, you can work on the homework until the quiz is due. So let me go back to the all assignments. So the homework has due dates, but the uh, latest due date is the day the quiz is due. So each of these two homework assignments are due on August 25th. These two are due on September 1st, September 8th. The review I leave open all year, all semester, so you can review anytime. The quiz is on September 11th, so you can still access these homework assignments up until the quiz is due, even though it says past due. Okay? So when you're doing your homework, just to show you some of the help keys, all right, so as you go through, I'm just guessing. If it's incorrect, you can try again. Okay, I have it as you get 3 tries for each question and then 3 questions. This particular question is just a drop down, so you only get 1 attempt. So let's see. Oh, good. So you got it right. I got it right on the second try. So now it counts it as correct. So let me get to a question that has a little bit more information. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, so find quartiles. All right. So you'll notice a lot of times they have a little data table. Okay. So this particular problem, you have to determine and interpret quartiles. Okay. So quartiles are something you can do using technology. So I'm going to show you a couple items. There's a question help, view an example, there's a video. This will take you to the place in the textbook. This takes you directly to StatCrunch. There's an Ask My Instructor. If you click on that, after you try the question, if you're not sure, type your question here, what you tried, send it, and what it will do is it will send me an email attached to the question you're working on, and it has your question. So this is how you get help from me as you work through homework. Okay, so there's always a click for the data table. So here's data that we have to find something with. So you can use technology. Don't do these things by hand. So I just want to show you right here this little icon here. If you open it in StatCrunch, your data set is here. So when I have instruction videos on how to use StatCrunch, in this particular one it's asking for quartiles. That means we want summary statistics of a column, and these directions will be in your homework, by the way. I'm going to find quartile 1. Okay, compute. So I had StatCrunch do it for me. I didn't do any of the work. Notice I also didn't use the calculator. If I did, I'd have to type all of these data values into the calculator. So my recommendation when you do homework, if it has a data set, use StatCrunch when you can. So the first quartile is a negative 0.02. So I can go back to the problem. I think it was negative 0.02. And enter the answer. Okay? Then the next part of the question comes up. I'm going to get this one purposefully wrong. If I try 2, check answer, didn't work, it will give you a hint. What I would do is go back and use StatCrunch. But notice 1, 2, it gives you 3 tries when it's fill in the blank and before it counts it wrong. And then it takes you to the next piece of the question. So you can finish the question. I'll get this part wrong too. And then I'm just guessing. Okay. So questions have multiple parts to them. So what it will do is it will score them as partial credit as you go through. Oh, I like that. So yeah, so I picked a question that had a lot of different parts. So I got one part right and I got the rest wrong. So I'm going to go back and look at that one, and it says Question number 9 I just did, but I got a lot of it wrong. I only got a little bit of it right. So if you want to try it again and get full credit, what you can do is click on similar question and you can start all over again. So you get basically for each part of the questions for fill-in 3 attempts, but you also get 3 questions. So there's no reason to get homework incorrect. And instead of working through 9 different attempts, if you really have trouble, this is when I say you go through, do the Ask My Instructor piece. Okay? Now, one thing I do want to point out on homework, the view and example will walk you through how to do it, but for the most part, it's going to show you, it's just going to either say enter data into technology, but it's not going to give you the steps on how to do that. Okay? So those come from the videos and those come from the homework notes that I post in Canvas, or you can get them from my math lab. Okay? So homework, 3 attempts for each question, 3 questions to get it right. All right, so back to homework. You can work on the homework through the week. Quizzes and tests, let me just walk you through walk you through the first quiz. The first quiz, any quiz, you get 2 attempts and you have 2 hours. So once you start it, the time will start counting right here. So you can click through and work on several of the questions. It's not going to tell you whether it's right or not. And the only thing in Question Help is StatCrunch, so that you can open the data sets in StatCrunch. So if you work on it for a while and then you need to do something and come back the next day, just close the testing window. And what will happen is when you go back and open it, it'll say finish, you can finish the test. So you have 2 hours over a period of days. And once you finish, don't click on submit until you're all the way done. And it'll ask you, I have 30 unanswered questions. I'm still going to submit it. Okay. So once you submit it, it says, oop, everything is wrong. But what I can do is I can review my test and I can look at each of the questions to see what I did wrong on each. Okay. Then if you want an attempt at a better score, you get 2 tries for each quiz. So I can go back in here and I can try it again. So I can start the test again. So I have 2 attempts at the quiz and you can work on it over a number of days. There's a review. I wouldn't recommend doing the test and then doing the studying and then taking it again. I would do the review, have all your notes ready, and then take your time going through the first time. The 2 options are more of an oops, I hit submit by mistake. I can't go in and undo that for you if you hit submit by mistake. Okay. All right, so that's homework and quizzes. They're all housed in my math lab. StatCrunch is here as well, but you can get to StatCrunch directly from the questions themselves. All right, so let me go back to the Canvas part of our course. So I hope that makes it a little easier that we can now integrate my math lab inside the course. And what we're working on now, or what I'm working on, is when you get to the modules, what I'm going to attempt to do, so be a little patient with me, it's the first time we've used them. I should be able to link the assignments directly from Canvas so you can go directly to my math lab. It takes even a few less clicks. Okay. The other thing you can do in my math lab is if you don't want to go to the home page, you can go right to the assignments and skip the home page altogether. Okay. All right. Well, that's our tour of my math lab. In this case, it's called my stat lab or my lab stat. And that's where we do our complete the homework and the quizzes. And nice enough, at least it's conveniently housed in Canvas.